So thanks for joining me today here. I'm really delighted to share with you our experiences about our journey from a traditional organization toward a pluralistic or green organization. I will like to highlight the measures we've implemented in our journey, also the challenges we were faced and the lessons we've learned. But before I dive in this really exciting topic, I would like to introduce FDTech and myself. Just one moment. So FDTech, who are we? Our mission is to make autonomous mobility for everyone and everywhere usable. And with our 3 locations in Chemnitz, Munich and Wolfsburg, with our team of 160 super cool individual team members, we contribute to make this vision reality. So at FDTech we are a really young company in all senses. We are founded 6 years ago, so we are a really young company, but still already a scale up. And our average age is 34 years old, so young in the founding phase, but also young in the people's mind. And at FDTech we develop and integrate functions for automated driving and driver assistance. So we are the people who make the technology in your cars that the cars will, in the future, will drive by themselves, hopefully. Who am I? I'm the head of people and culture at FDTech. For nearly 3 exciting years, and I stepped in at FDTech at the most exciting phase of the company's growth. When I stepped in, we were like 90 people, employees at this phase, and now we nearly doubled the number in 2.5 years, 3 years, to 160 people. At FDTech, I have several roles. I'm steering the strategic direction. I shape cultural and organizational development. I'm head of for leadership and personal development, and also I'm responsible and leading the recruitment efforts. Before I came to FDTech, I worked several years at Daimler's Leadership 2020 initiative. It's a cultural initiative and also agile transformations. And I worked and consulted several years for PwC in change management and agile transformation processes. So just a small insight about FDTech and myself. So let's just start why do we need to change? Because we started in the beginning as a traditional organization, and why we see the need for change. First of all, we are we're a company in the automotive industry, and so we are also faced to typical challenges in the other companies in the automotive industry. Of course, as you may all know, that the automotive industry are entering challenging times. You can read it like every week in the newspaper. There's high cost pressure and high competition, and the industry is really slow for innovation and so on. And also the economic situation is not so good for the automotive industry as well. You see diseases, you see inflation, but also the Ukraine war was really hard for the automotive industry. And for us, we as an expert organization, small expert organization, we knew that we need to shape the direction of the way of working, or to change the approach of the way of working to foster the fast realization of innovation and technical development. And okay, I just continue. So we knew that we need a new working environment, a new way of working. And also, for me, the most important one as head of people and culture, to find and retain high talents. As a small expert organization, it's really hard. And then we need to focus on people and work collaboration. It's okay for me like that. You can see it, right? It's good? Okay, then we can continue. Maybe it's not the fanciest presentation like that, but it works. And that's what we did. We focus on people, and it became our strategic goal to transform from a traditional organization toward a green organization. And let me just briefly explain to you what green organization is meaning. I don't mean a sustainable organization. Of course, we want to be that as well, but the green organization is based on the concept of spiral dynamics or Frederic Laloux reinventing organizations. There are existing several concepts like that, and they base all on the theories of Professor Claire Graves from the US. And it's describing organizational development stages in organizational evolution. There are several stages a company can be and develop themselves to it, and the green organization is just one stage of this evolution. And I want to deep dive in the green organization, but if you are interested in the other stages, just have a look on the Reinventing Organization book, or just contact me later. I can explain it to you as well. So what does green organization mean? As I said, it's an organizational evolution stage, and the company is a purpose-driven company. So they ask themselves, why do we exist? What is our purpose, and what impact do we want to create? And also on the working side or collaboration side, they have a different approach. So they work on eye level, each member is counting equally, they reduce hierarchies, they involve the employees in decision making, they try to foster self-organization and so on. So these people-centric organization, we have to, or the green organization, we have to translate it also by ourselves. What does it mean, green organization for FD Tech? And we translate it for ourselves as the follows, that we want to have a shared value system, so based on shared values, FD Tech values. We want to have a community mindset, a we feeling, not people working against each other. And we want to empower our employees that they can also be involved in decision making and the company's success. And we want to have also less hierarchies with servant leadership. So that just was the theoretical part. Now we jump into our journey toward this green organization. So now you knew our goal, where we want to go. And let me explain what did we do from a traditional organization to this green organization. Because maybe if you heard from Laloux's concept before, me as my person, I never talked to a company which really realized this concept or which has success in realizing it. So first of all, recognizing these 4 facts, the challenges from the automotive industry and our challenges, and inspired by the Golden Circle approach and the book Reinventing Organizations, our founders envisioned the green organization as ideal working environment. And it became clear that the traditional framework, as you can see on the left-hand side, the pyramid structure, would hinder us in the long run for innovation, for flexibility, and for being fast. And it became clear to us that we not only can change culture and collaboration, but we have also to adapt our structure and our processes. So we changed from traditional pyramid structure and become a network organization, as you can see on the right-hand side. And traditional managers were removed. So maybe you ask why we remove managers if we still want to have some hierarchies or some guidance. They just dissolved in leadership roles, because we recognized that one leader, or maybe you have to admit that most of the leaders are not so good in personal leadership, technical leadership, and also project leadership. Maybe they exist, but they're really rare. So that's why we decided to specialize our leadership roles in personal leadership, our so-called team leads, in technical leaderships, our so-called competence leads, and project leadership, our so-called project leads. So each person has this focus on its leadership role. And we also removed our classical departments into teams, so clear to the leaders. So we sharpened this description that everyone knows what are their responsibilities and expectations to their daily work, because we made the experience that if we want to develop new leaders in this role, it was quite hard to work with this fuzzy description. Yeah, and we didn't stop here. As I told you, we introduced many various impactful initiatives until last year. So we had employee reviews 4 times a year, so many feedback from different leadership roles. We had a structured onboarding. We tried to bring also the new candidates or the new employees on the same page, cultural-wise, structural-wise, but also for the vision, and also our values anchored in our goals. Yeah, and as I said, we didn't stop here because I was looking for a system that was connected to each other, not only single measurements, they are like individual isolated measurements. I wanted unity in this whole process. Oh, there's something missing, I don't mind. So I was convinced to create a maturity model that seamlessly is connected to performance management, personal development, but also compensation and benefits, salary in this way. So let me just deep dive into this maturity model, which became our platform for our Great Place to Grow, so called. And the maturity model is a powerful tool designed to evaluate competencies and skills, but also dedication in the company. And the purpose of a maturity model was to uncover the strengths of the employees, but also identify the potential of development. Okay, something is missing. Okay. So we created a maturity model. You can see it here on the top. We have 4 maturity models, maturity levels, and the people got assessed in 6 social dimensions, like collaboration, entrepreneurial thinking, conflict resolution, and so on, and 6 technical dimensions, like expertise, technical communication, project experience, and so on. And maybe you can ask me what's the difference from traditional maturity models, because it seems like the same. For us it was important that we don't increase hierarchies with this maturity model, because normally in traditional maturity models you have like junior, senior, expert, for example, or different called levels, and they are really the same to hierarchies. For us, in our maturity model, we don't say, okay, for example, traditional one, you start at starter, and then you can underfulfill this level, fulfill, or overfulfill. And then maybe if you overfulfilled for 1 or 2 years, then you jump to the next level. But for us, we don't work that way. And we said, okay, you can be a rock star in technical expertise, but you can also be a newbie in collaboration. And we want to celebrate, or we want to value this difference. It's okay that people are different. It's not, like of course we want to increase the potential, but it's not wrong that people are different in their way of working and being. And that's why, just having a look on the time, that's why, you can level or assess in each dimension differently. So you can be a rock star in technical expertise, meaning level 3, for example, but in collaboration you can be level 1. And after that we count the average of this whole calculation. So how do people get this feedback? They do a self-feedback, self-evaluation, but also they get a peer feedback from their leaders. That means in the future we want to also have feedback from the colleagues, but until now they got only from the leaders. And they say, okay, they get this feedback from myself and from the leaders, and then they know where they are standing in this model. And then they can pinpoint the areas for development. And also in the future, we want to take a bold step. We want to connect this maturity model with salaries. That means that if I have a maturity level, I can have a look on a table and see what impact does it have on salary-wise. Because we say now, traditional organization says, okay, your salary is counted by work experience. But in our definition, it's not fair, because you can have a starter who has a really huge impact on the company's output, and you can have a person which is working 10 or 15 years and don't create the same impact on the output. So we want to have like a maturity level module on top on the basic salary, and we want to create more transparency also in the salary process, and also create more fairness in the company. So the aim is for everyone to understand how their technical but also social skills influence their salary. And I think I don't have much more time. Maybe later I can explain how we realized that new pay model, how does it look like, because maybe you know German law is not so easy to bring it all together, but I can explain it later. And maybe just one sentence, where are we in the process so far? We implemented 2 pilot phases last year to test the model, and also to ensure qualitative feedback from the leaders. And now we are in the ending of the 2nd pilot phase, and we want to roll out this model in the whole company, like about in April. First of all, the maturity model, but in summer we try to roll out also the new pay model. Yeah, and I think they sent to you the presentation later, so you can have a look on our learnings. We can also chat in the roundtable about that. Maybe for me the most important learning was that in a fast-growing company, it's really hard to do on top like a structural change and cultural change. Because you have so many growth-related changes, that's quite hard for the employees, and you have to ensure not overwhelm the whole system with on-top changes from structure and culture. Yeah, thank you very much. Questions later. And
okay. Thank you very much, Luise. It's a wonderful example. I don't know, maybe not everybody, but knows about what the green or behind the green organization is. If you know the 9 levels, culture and values, the maturity of your culture, you can measure that. And the green level is 1 out of these 9 levels, where you think about where are we in the organization right now and where do we want to be. And you want to be in the green, on the green level, which has behind that all what you said. And there are a lot of things to do to really not only define the values, which is the green one, but what is behind the organization, and all of these steps, a very, very big organizational change on that one. Thank you very much, Luise.
Thank you.
Okay.